Dear graduates, I'm happy to address you, and let me begin by taking you back in time a bit and lifting something that's been making the rounds on the internet, okay? Now, don't be alarmed. It's not political, it's not profane, it's not preposterous, and it's not a conspiracy theory. It's based on fact as follows. Just imagine you were born not at the beginning of the 21st century, but at the beginning of the 20th century. Let's imagine for a moment that you were born in 1900. On your 14th birthday, World War I starts and ends when you were 18 years old. Later in the year, a Spanish flu epidemic hits the planet and runs until your 20th birthday. On your 29th birthday, the Great Depression begins. Unemployment hits 25%, the world GDP drops 27%, and that runs until you are at least 34 years old. The country nearly collapses along with the world economy. And when you turn 39, World War II starts. And on your 41st birthday, the United States is fully pulled into World War II. And that lasts until you are 45. At 50, the Korean War starts. At 55, the Vietnam War begins. When you're 62, the Cuban Missile Crisis threatens to end life on our planet as we know it. Believe me, that actually happened. I was around for that. When you turn 35, the Vietnam War finally ends. Whew. You see, perspective is amazing, isn't it? But right now, in our current situation, we do not have the advantage of hindsight, and foresight can hardly imagine what will come next. Still, if some people were able to get through all of that in one lifetime, then we should take heart. And we should look forward with hope and purpose. So, mindful of that, here is my message for you, conveyed in 4 key points. Number 1, the world is not waiting for you. You get that? The world is not waiting for bated breath for you to step forward and assume your place, whatever that may be. The world has a lot more on its mind than you, a lot on its mind. So if you think the world is waiting for you, you'd better start waiting on the world instead and seeing what you can do to help the world rather than the other way around. Number 2, you need to break away. If you haven't already done so, you need to break away from your parents and family and surroundings that have coddled you, let's say, all these years. If you're graduating from high school, this is a bit tougher to do, but you need to think about starting down that road. And if you're graduating from college, what I have to tell you is it's time. And breaking away also means supporting yourself financially. It means getting a job, going to work, and being responsible for your life and livelihood. Now, in this immediate economy, I guess you need to be prepared to do almost anything to get a job and earn a living. And that's not so bad, because it brings me to the next thing. And what I'm about to tell you are the 3 most important words you will ever hear. The 3 most important words you will ever hear. Make yourself useful. No matter where you are or what you are doing, pitch in, do your part, roll up your sleeves, and make yourself useful. If you do this, people will remember it. They'll see that you understand the need at hand, that you're not afraid of hard work, and that you get it, that you're part of the team. In short, they'll come to realize that you're an adult. And finally, number 4, get out of your comfort zone, because this is really what the rest that I've talked about is all about. It will help you greatly if you step forward, walk out of your comfort zone, take chances, and dive into a totally new endeavor in a new environment with new challenges amidst new and different people. If you don't do this while you're young, trust me, you will regret it later. If you take the opportunity to do these things now, despite whatever setbacks you may encounter, you will be enriched and you will be a far better person for it. Now, there's just one more notion I'd like to leave you with. Here's what it is. It's okay if you're not exactly sure what you want to do with your life, what your vocation, or even what your avocation will be. You've still got time to experiment. But along the way, you've got to begin to develop some idea of what your life's work is or will be. And here's why. Each one of us was given at least one thing that we're particularly talented at. One talent that's sort of part of our DNA, one gift, if you will. It's one of the many really important things that makes you, you. Now, some of us may have more than one special talent, which surprisingly can get confusing, okay? But you only need one, and you pretty much only need to focus on one. Now, your biggest job right now is to find out what that thing, that talent really is. It shouldn't be too hard to do because this usually is something that you are not only good at, but it's something that you enjoy doing as well. If you make that talent, that special thing, your occupation, and it is my prayer that you do exactly that, then you will not only be doing something that makes you happy, something that completes you and lends meaning to your life, but you will be also doing something profoundly spiritual. Yes, I did say spiritual. Why? Why is that? Because you will be doing what you were put on this earth for. You will be fulfilling the promise of your very existence. And there really is no greater joy than that. No greater joy than to do what you love and to get paid for it. That's absolute bliss. And you will be giving the world in that process a marvelous gift, the gift of your own unique self. So give the gift. And as Maya Angelou said, pursue the things you love doing and do them so well that people can't take their eyes off you. That's my message to you today.